New passengers, we welcome you aboard our Highway in the Sky and hope you've enjoyed the Magic Kingdom. We're traveling to Disney's...
Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin, and I'm very happy to be here today with Marty Sklar, who is the Vice Chairman and Principal Creative Executive of Walt Disney Imagineering, and a man who's spent a lot of time not only with Walt Disney, but thinking about the same things Walt thought about. When did you start to work for Walt Disney?
About a month before Disneyland opened, in June of 1955.
The Disneyland Park and the Disneyland TV show came into people's consciousness about the same time, and they both featured one significant element, and that was Tomorrowland. And that's what we want to talk to you about. Was Walt as futurist and visionary in a literal as well as figurative sense? Can you give us an idea of what the thinking was at that time about Tomorrowland and what it represented and what then was expressed on the TV shows?
Well, I think one thing you had to know about Walt Disney was he would frequently go around to the great laboratories of American industry at that time. And of course, for Walt Disney, they always trotted out the most amazing things that we're working on. And that, I think, spurred Walt's interest in Tomorrowlands and future things.
Would you think of him as a futurist?
Oh, absolutely. And he was always going beyond what he had done the last time and using technology to tell his stories.
That's a good one. How would you like to have one of these little dinosaurs for a pet? Actually, they're tame as a kitten, quite friendly, and they won't bite the hand that feeds them.
You know, we used to say about Imagineering, this was the way Walt loved to describe it, that it's a blending of creative imagination with technical know-how. And the technical know-how, he was always reaching for something new, a new way to tell stories.
In the most famous, arguably most famous World's Fair of the 20th century, the 1939 New York World's Fair, the theme was the world of tomorrow. And most World's Fairs look to the future in some way, but that was a particularly significant one. How would you differentiate what Walt did at Disneyland from what people saw in that 1939 fair?
Well, two things come to mind immediately. One was, in retrospect, the Second World War came along, and all of a sudden, so many of the things that were predicted at that fair were put on hold.